What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another brand new video here today. We're back once again, back on GT Sport, here today for the start of campaign mode, GT mode, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, let's just get into it. We're here for the Sunday Cup, 7 races it looks like in your usual stock standard road cars. So I'm just looking at what to jump into. I think I might jump into the Hyundai Genesis and just see what that is like. Just scrolling through, seeing if there's any other options that catch my eye. And nope, decided to go with the Genesis, and here we are. Alright, so race number 1 is at North Isle Speedway, 6 laps, 12 cars. Undoubtedly we will be starting at the back, so we'll have to work our way up through our fellow 11 drivers and try and win this race. Chucking on sport soft tyres because I'm a knob like that. And here we are, onto the circuit. Fuel consumption and tyre wear, not a factor. Obviously I'd be very surprised if it ever was on, you know, in a Sunday Cup type event. But anyway, away we go, already making a move. That's 11th, now up to P10, just clean around the outside of the first 2 cars. Now around to the other end of the circuit, and that's a move around the outside of not 1, not 2, but 3 AI cars. Already up into P7 by the end of lap 1. Very short laps around here, probably 17-18 seconds once we get rolling here. We'll find out very shortly. Catching up now to the top half a dozen. We're going to make a move up the inside. Oh, there's a bit of contact made there, sorry about that. And up into P4, now trying to go around the outside. That should be up to P3. Now we're in the outside of a Peugeot, another move made, that's up to P2. And now we got one more person to make our way by. We should get this done up the inside right here. And just like that, there we go. Move done, that's up into the lead of the race. And I think that should be us safely, well, we should be good to the end of the race now. And you can still see second in the mirror, so we've got to keep an eye on him here. We need to get the hammer down a little bit, but we should be okay. Now one thing I do want to say, and I'm only going to say it once, and it's going to be brief and blunt, and there's not going to be another word on it from me, is the fact that I know some people probably didn't appreciate some of the things I had to say in my previous video. So as I did say in my comment that I posted below, if I did actually end up offending anyone, I do apologise. I wasn't trying to come across that way, I never try to. So if I did, I do apologise, and that's all from that front from me. Not going to be another word, so that's yeah, that's it from me. One thing I will say, there isn't going to be any AR video because of Australia Day. We are taking a break, so there'll be no video for at least maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. But anyway, cross the line, there we go. So first race done on 1, good start so far, and yeah, let's get on to race 2. But as I was saying, we're not racing tomorrow night for AOR. I don't know what the Xbox guys are doing, but for us PS4 guys, we're not racing. There was only like 4 or 5 of us that were going to be able to commit to showing up, and there's no point racing with only 4 or 5 people. So we'll be back in probably next week, I think, at some point. But yeah, we'll wait and see on that front. But as I said, regards the other, you know, that's all I'm saying on that front. It's done, so I'm moving on. I'll try and refrain from certain comments like that in the future. So once again, I do apologise if I offended anyone, but that's the end of that. So yeah, it's done. So anyway, let's refocus on what we're here to do, and that is to try and win this race at Suzuka. We're on the short little Suzuka, well, we're on the short Suzuka layout, which is a bit different. I haven't driven this track at all, I don't think. I might have driven it once or twice, so I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, bit of a roadblock here with enough for Romeo. Oh god, I think we've touched, sorry. And a little bit of a traffic jam here as we're coming up through the S's. Now we're going to try and make a move around the outside. Surely this can't end well. We're trying to squeak around the outside. That's a bit of contact in the right rear from, I think, that Alfa Romeo. Up the inside, into P5. We're going to try and make a move for P4. Ah, we know it tried to back out of it there at the last minute, but it went horribly wrong. Up to P4. Peugeot comes back on the track. We run into him. And yeah, a little bit of a scruffy last 10-20 seconds of the final lap there, but up to P3, and now a straight up power of this Genesis propels us into P2 and should just boost us up into P1, into turn 1, up the inside of the leader. There we go, but I think we've gone too deep, and yes we have. We're off the road. I think we should just be safe. P2 is on our inside, keeping them. Okay, that sentence did not come out the way I wanted it. Start again. So, whenever you're in a situation like that, you're always trying to keep one eye on the racetrack, but you're trying to keep one eye on the radar as well. That's very crucial. Very helpful to have the radar up as well, just to see if anybody is around you, if anybody tries to go for a crazy ass dive. But luckily nobody did, and we come across the line for race 2, and job done. Fastest lap on the final lap to boot. And there we go, 2 wins out of 2 races so far in the Sunday Cup. So we're doing good at the moment. Now at this point, I am thinking that I need to go and jump in a bit of a slower car, because I feel like the Genesis is a bit OP for the Sunday Cup. So as you can see, coming on to race 3 here at GranTursimo Seaside, and I am now in a Toyota MR2. Quite a nice little car. I've always liked the MR2s. Probably the Mark II MR2 would probably be my favourite if I'm brutally honest. But I've always been a fan of MR2s period really. But anyway, away we go for race number 3 here at GranTursimo Seaside. Interesting to see how this car performs compared to the Genesis. And straight away it looks like this thing might be a bit OP in terms of a straight line speed, or it might be very OP with a straight line speed compared to everything else that we're currently up against. But made up 2 positions already before we even get to turn 1. Can we make up another here out of the chicane? We should outpower this Mitsubishi, and I think we have. Yes we do. Alright, up to P9, up to P8 very quickly. We absolutely blow the door handles off whatever that was. Went by that quick I couldn't even see. Trying to make a move for P6 now, maybe. No, get out of it. Oh, that was yeah, that was never going to work. That's completely my bad for that bit of contact made with that Renault, but trying to just shove him past his fellow Renault driver there. And up to P6 now. Now we're going to try and make a move on all these guys, sliding into this left hand, and now trying to keep the car underneath us. And now we overtake the American, and that puts us up into P2. So just like that, 4 cars in the space of in the space of literally probably 2 corners. So very nice move there. Cutting on a little bit later to the famous chicane of death. Looks like we just get through it. Okay, the leader gets a very poor run, and we just completely blow past, and that is up into P1. I think the American there, I think he was actually in another Toyota MR2. So MR2, how many times can I say that in one sentence? I don't know, but definitely seems like an OP car for the Sunday Cup. But cutting on to the final lap through the chicane of death for a second time, and we've got that horribly wrong. We're in the wall, hang on to it. Oh my goodness, that went horribly wrong. And we just managed to keep the car from spinning out completely, but we have completely bottled that. And we're still going to win the race, because we are about, well, we're over 10 seconds clear of the field, so we should easily still win the race around the final corner. But man, that could have gone horribly wrong if we had been maybe carrying a bit more speed. But we got away with it, but that could have ended extremely badly. But here we go, weaving the wheel, because I'm happy, across the line, and there we go, another win, 3 from 3 at the moment in Sunday Cup, so doing good. And yeah, the MR2 still seems to be a bit of an OP car. I'm going to do another race in it, I think, just to see what I think about it. Otherwise, if it doesn't prove to be too OP in the next race, then I might just stick with this car for the remaining races. But if it still seems a bit OP, I'll go jump in something else. But there you go, results screen, we win quite comfortably over the rest of the field. WRX and Renault Clio coming home in P2, P3. Coming on to the next race, and as you can see, I am in a different car to the MR2. We're in a Toyota 86. Now, I need to clarify something. I did try this race in the MR2, and it was overpowered by a mile. I was on to win the race by a country mile, but I actually dropped it with a few corners to go, and only ended up coming in second, which was quite annoying. So I didn't bother showing that because we carved our way through the field ridiculously quickly and nothing really happened, so it was a bit of a pointless few minutes of footage to show really. So we're going to cut on to the second and more successful attempt in my little Toyota 86. A big slide from the Peugeot there in front of us. We nearly slid right into him as well, so that would have looked really good, but we avoid that. And good start so far, making a move for P6 now, around the outside out of the hairpin, and we get that done. Why have I got the windscreen wipers on, I don't know. But anyway, so good start at the moment. One thing I do want to also say very quickly, as I think we're going to make a move around the outside, we do, bit of contact made, but no harm done. My apologies that there hasn't been a video for, probably 2-3 days now, or however long it's been. I've actually been a bit under the weather. With some kind of stupid dog's disease. According to the doctors, I ended up with a virus. Basically a 48-hour thing, as I'm basically feeling good as gold now. So yeah, I don't know where that come from, but anyway, no sooner had it arrived and it's buggered off again. So I'm back and we're making more videos again. So we're all good for now. But anyway, getting on to the final lap, we made the move on the Alfa Romeo, but he comes right back at us. So that's something I don't see too often from the AI. But he tries to make a move, we get him back, we're going to send it up the inside of the leader. I don't know if there's contact made then, that was very close. He gets us back on the switchback. Alfa Romeo still right behind us. That thing is a bullet in a straight line. Look to the left on the radar there, and look, there he goes, just completely obliterates us in a straight line. But we are so much quicker in the corners. Then we're going to try and make use of that around the outside of the Alfa and the Audi. Can we try to go around the outside of two cars here to take the lead? We both end up clearing the Audi. Alfa Romeo is still there on the left. I think we've cleared him, and we do. So up into the lead, big slide, but we just managed to hang on to it there. That could have looked, well, that could have ended very badly. We're cutting onto the final straight now, and here comes the Alfa. You see him on the radar trying to sneak through on the right hand side, but there was no room there. Now he's trying to look to the left. There's no room there either. Looks like he's going to try go around the outside into the hairpin. We brake late. The Alfa brakes way too late and has completely missed the corner. The American has thrown away his chances of winning this race, throws it off the track at the final corner, and we're going to come across the line and win another race here in the Sunday Cup. But boy, did we have to work for that one. Ooh, alright, there we go. So race 4 done and dusted. Unfortunately I can't say clean sweep anymore because, as I said, I did get second on my first attempt, so we haven't quite clean sweeped anything at the moment. But anyway, on to race number 4, and it takes us to the Nürburgring. 2 laps around here, 12 cars as well as per Blimey usual, so no big change there. So let's just go. Nothing to talk about. No need to go into the car settings or anything. So let's get on the track and let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Oh, well, there we go. I keep forgetting to go into the settings and actually turn the traction control off because, well, I don't know, but for some reason I just keep forgetting. So yeah, there's that. But anyway, already making a move for P11 past the Frenchman. Should get by the Japanese in the Mazda before we even hit the brakes for turn 1, and we do. Braking now for turn 1. Someone has gone very wide up there. That's a Mercedes, I think. The American has completely bottled that, and he's going to go right back to last. So very bad start to the race for him. A little bit of contact there with the German driver. Probably my bad. I was a bit aggressive on how much cornering speed I really thought I could take there. But so far so good. Up to P7. Next up, Toyota 86. Looks like a Toyota 86 racing car actually, which is kind of odd. But anyway, we'll try and get the move done on him and try and dispose of these two if we can. Look to the inside. Oh, but there's no room. I can't really do anything. I want to try and get through these guys as quickly as we can. Give the Peugeot a little bump, and we squeeze through in this right-hander up the inside. That's up to P4. I think that's a Mazda Atenza. Hello and goodbye. Up into P3. Bob's your uncle. Easy as. Then into the hairpin. Italian up next. We'll try and make the move on him. Send it up the inside into the hairpin. Really nice move there. We actually get it pulled up. Bit of a slide through the middle of the corner, but no harm done. And just like that, up into P2. So we'll fast forward a little bit now, up to the top of the hill here. Full on the Subaru. We'll try and make a move and get up into the lead if we can. Not quite close enough to do anything through there. We get a good run though through the left-hander, up the inside and the right-hander. I wasn't really sure whether to go for it there. I was like, yeah, no, okay. And yeah, eventually we got through on the inside, and that was it. Yeah, it was as simple as that. We got the move done, and he wasn't able to try and fight back and get the lead back off us. And yeah, coming around the final corner now, and we're going to come to win race 5 here in the Sunday Cup. So there we go, checkered flag, boom, 5 down, 2 to go. I can't quite remember where we head off to next. I know Blue Moon Speedway is the final race, but I can't remember where we're off to next. We'll find out in a few moments time, but there we go, P1 once again. 5 victories out of 6 races, or out of 6 attempts I suppose I could say. But anyway, reputation level, aiming to get it to level 40 as quickly as possible, but that's going to take a while. But here we go. Sunday Cup race 6 takes us to a racetrack which I have mixed feelings about, to be honest. It's a weird little racetrack, this. I feel like it's a good track to drive, but there's not really any room to make mistakes. So if you run a bit wide or something, you're basically going to end up off on the grass. And if anybody's played this game before, you know there's a pretty good chance that you're not going to recover if you end up out in the weeds. But anyway, making a move on the inside of someone into turn 1. We run a bit deep and he squeezes us a bit there. Kind of runs into us, so kind of turned left there just to show my displeasure at that particular person, going, you know, oh yeah, I don't appreciate that very much, but already look at the run we got coming down the hill up to P10, around the outside, that's P9, making real solid progress already. We got a mammoth run coming down the hill there, and we're going to send it up the inside of the Canadian. That's close. There was contact made there. I felt that in the right rear, but we get the move done. That's up to P8. Try and dispose of P7, the Japanese driver. Job done. And we get a good run on the Volkswagen in P6. And I think we're going to get in before the line, and we do. So in one lap, we've already carved our way through half of the field. So good start to the race so far. Try and make a move on these next two. Into turn 1, there's no way through for us at the moment, but we get a better exit, I think, up the inside, and that is job done up to P4. And look at this, we're going to out-drag the Frenchman in P3, and just like that, up into a podium position already. So, pretty damn good start of the race at the moment, cutting on to the end of lap 2, and the American in second place runs extremely wide in the final corner, bottles that very badly, and basically just gifts us P2. So thank you very much. I will take that. Cutting on to the end of lap 3. Sorry, I couldn't quite get that sentence out there, so that's a bit awkward. Trying to make a move on the Mitsubishi for the race lead. We're in the grass and we're drifting into the left-hander. We just managed to keep control of this car. We're trying to make a move in the final corner. I'm going to try a switch back on the Mitsubishi, and we should get that done, and we do. Up into the lead of the race. And I think that was everything that happened, to be honest. I don't think the Mitsubishi was able to fight back. And coming on to the final lap of the race, my memory proves to be dead set correct, because he was not. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. Where's the finish line? Right there. There we go. Race number 6 is won and done. Done and dusted. So, one final race to go, and the Sunday Cup shall be completed. Pretty convincing win there again, so I don't know, I feel like the Toyota 86 might be a bit OP still. It's still definitely probably the slowest car. It's slower than the MR2 and considerably slower than the Genesis. But anyway, final race of Sunday Cup, race 7 here, Blue Moon Speedway. Now, we're actually racing on the infield part of the racetrack, so this will make things very interesting. But just look at, direct your attention up to the top right corner of the screen for a moment. Look at the mini-map. Look where the leader is on the racetrack. I don't see for the life of me how that's fair. We're already like 13 seconds behind him. So we've got some work cut out at the moment. But look at where the Frenchman is on the racetrack. He's already nearly coming up to that right-hander hairpin. And we've only just entered the infield part of the circuit. So we've got a lot of ground to make up if we want to win this race. We're doing a good job of it at the moment though. Up to P7, you can make that P6. Already dispatched of half the field. A few cars up here. I'll try and get the job done. Move done on these guys rather. Up the inside into the hairpin. That should be job done up to P4, and it is. We'll try and get by the Renault if we can. Not too sure which way to go. We're going to go to the inside. Send it up the inside into this double left-hander. Job done. That's up to P3. Starting to lose my voice a little bit. That's not good. But anyway, who cares? Anyway, making a move for P2 now. That's job done. Back onto the speedway part of the racetrack now. That's a wall, so that's not very good to be running into them. But we'll head over to the final lap of the race now. The gap was about 16 seconds, but we've actually been able to close that down somehow. And it looks like we're going to have a very good shot at winning this race as the leader. Very tail happy out of that right-hander, and that wasn't even a contest. We just completely drove past the Frenchman. Up into the lead. That's job done. Just make sure we get it stopped for the hairpin, and we should be a-okay to win this race and complete the Sunday Cup with all gold trophies. And yeah, should be good. Here we go, up to the line, and indeed, no further mistakes. Cross the line, and there we go. Sunday Cup is completed. First little series, I guess, of GT mode is it's done and dusted. So I'm not too sure what I'll do next. Might actually have a quick look when we go back to the menu screen, I guess, for GT mode. So we'll head back over there now real quick and just see what there is. There we go, all gold trophies. That looks pretty damn sharp, I'm not gonna lie. So I think it was the FF challenge I saw there before I quickly clicked away from everything. So we'll probably do that in maybe 2-3 days time. I also have F1 2019 career mode ready to record and upload from Baku, so I hope you guys are excited about that. But as I said, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe so you can stay tuned for plenty more. And until my next video, I'll see you guys next time.